Welcome to Tech Tips with Sold Out Media. My name's Amanda.
I'm Jacob.
Yeah, today I have Jacob here instead of Linus because I actually had Jake do a little bit of a field test for you. So this is an update on the Canon C70. We had a couple of comments after our last video. We did have some issues with the buffering in the memory card when we tried to do slow motion or some of the more, desirable settings that you would buy a camera like this for. One of our viewers commented, Alan Chung Films, that the C70 Facebook page actually said that they were having trouble with the type of card that we're using. We said we were using the Lexar V90 series. And actually, if we switch to the Sony Tough series, we may see those problems disappear. So guys, we've ordered the Sony camera, or the Sony cards. Imagine Sony working better in a Canon.
Yeah.
Canon, come on. You can do better. No, I'm kidding. I like Sony too. But thank you so much, Alan Chung, for the tip. We're going to let you guys know as soon as that comes. In the meantime, though, Canon had released on their YouTube page that some of the better cropping or some of the better stabilization comes from the 16mm crop than it does in the 35. So as soon as they posted that, we ran out and tried it as soon as we could. So it was actually Jake.
Yes, and since we're in Sweden, there's nothing nice to shoot outside, so we went to a flower shop where there's flowers and lights.
Very kind friends of ours, or clients of ours. We've done lots of work with them before, so they had no problem with us coming in and shooting some of their product. So Jake, show us what you got.
All right, we have a double shot, so I recorded without the cropping sensor and then with it, and just did the same kind of swoop. So if we just take a look here, this is without crop.
And what's the resolution on this one?
This one is 1080.
This is 1080.
Frames. We did some 4K too, and we can look at it too. So this is just a little swoopy swoop.
And this is 35 with the stabilization.
This is without the stabilization and just handheld with the handle, no tripods or anything.
No stabilization at all?
No.
Okay.
Well, sorry, it is stabilization from the lens. From the lens
okay.
only.
Yeah.
So there we go, and you can see a lot of the cropping when I have it from the same distance, same flower, and you really crop in a lot on it.
Right. But this is 1080, so it remains in 1080.
Yes.
In this case. It's only the 4K, you can't do full 4K with the 16mm crop.
And yeah, one of the 4K formats you couldn't do it. You could do it with one of the lower grade 4Ks.
Right. Lots of options in terms of formats for this camera. So what else do you got there, Jake? All right, so this is 4K, and is it with the crop?
This is without the crop.
So this is just handheld. So you do see there's a little bit of shake in there.
It's also handheld over a table, so I'm pretty much leaning in there trying to get some shots.
So this is pure Jacob skills, folks, that you see here.
Yeah. Then again, the cropping isn't magical, it helps, but it doesn't stabilize everything.
Yeah, now Jake, you were telling me too, what happens when you put some of this in the edit suite and rely on the software in the edit suite? Like if you're just using a camera handheld with no stabilization.
In the systems you have the stabilization too, but it is limited to what it thinks. So if you have a long clip where you run around and you do a whole bunch of motions, it'll comply all of those motions and cut in until none of the motions are seen. So if you shot a wide shot, all of a sudden it might be a itty-bitty tight shot of something part of the screen. So it works if you do short clips and you do one motion. It analyzes for the general motion and then compresses everything from that. Mm-hmm. So you have to be careful to just rely on the software.
Right on. Do you want to show us that crop one more time, Jake? How far in that crop goes?
All right, so this is the same flower. This is actually, let's see here, there it is. So this is the same shot. You see lots of flowers, orchids or somewhat, and then you switch over to the crop and it is a lot less.
That is a lot. We'll have to get our editor to put up just exactly how much percentage crop that is, because I couldn't guess off the top of my head. But show me some of the other 1080 footage that you did, both with the 16mm sensor crop and the 35mm sensor crop. So this was all in 1080.
This is with the sensor off, just some pine cones outside.
So 35 mil. It still has the digital stabilization on though in this shot. It's just that you're not getting the full benefit of the crop. Of course, when it crops to 16 millimeters from 35, you will have a lot of stabilization, better stabilization.
Yes, let's see here if I switch over to a shot with the stabilization on. It should be this one here. And you see, I'm standing in the same spot, doing the same kind of motions, and it is already a lot more cropped in.
More cropped in, but way more stable.
Yes.
So there you go, guys. You definitely have a lot of benefit if you really need to do the handheld and you really want the stability. You can use that 16 millimeter sensor crop in inside the camera menu to be able to achieve that. I hope this was helpful. We'll definitely come back with more and more C70 tips as we go. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like us and subscribe. And if there's anything in particular you want us to check out, just comment below. Thanks so much.
Thank you.